Diamonds. Happy Tuesday morning meeting, everyone. I'm Katie. I'm Melanie Casey of Melanie Casey Jewelry. Today we're designing a piece of fine jewelry for our collection, and we are designing with a Chris cut diamond. I don't know how all this works. That's why Katie is here to explain it. I just run the camera.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katie. I'm a VP here at Melanie Casey. If you are curious about our collection, it's at melaniecasey.com. And essentially, Melanie designs every single piece in our collection, and our team of very talented jewelers makes it by hand. And we also do some shenanigans along the way, and you are here for one of them. So Tuesday morning meetings. We've been meeting here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's streaming on all of our platforms, and you can also be watching it later on YouTube. But essentially, like Melanie said, we get together every Tuesday and we design some jewelry together. Everything that we design here on these calls makes it into our collection, whether it's a limited edition, one of a kind, or a more permanent piece in the collection. It just kind of depends on where the wind takes us today. So what we mean by designing with you is that we want your input. So in comments, wherever you are, we will be able to see your suggestions, ideas, say, I hate that, I love that, whatever it is that you want, so we can guide this piece together. In a few minutes, Melanie's going to pull up her CAD screen, which is her computer aided design that's going to help her kind of visualize what the piece is going to be. That will turn into an actual piece of jewelry. But it'll take a little while. So today at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, a listing on our website, again, melaniecasey.com, will go up. Towards the end of this call, I'll show you how to access that because it's password protected. And it'll be on sale for 15% off today only. So you'll have 24 hours. If you love the piece that we end up with today, you can make it yours, and it'll be on a pre-order basis. So you'll have to wait a little bit, but we'll make it just for you. So the other thing that we really like to do, and this is where the shenanigans really come in, is give you money. So we give away Melanie Casey virtual gift cards on these calls. So Kristen, who is our social media person behind the scenes, making all of the actual stuff happen here, she has just put in a link to enter to win a gift card. So you're just going to put your name and your email address in there. And throughout the call today, I'm going to pull a couple winners to win $100 Melanie Casey virtual gift cards sent to your email inbox. But we also leave that link up all week long so that next Tuesday we will draw a winner for a $250 gift card. And that is one you can enter throughout the week. So if you're watching this and it's not Tuesday morning, you can still enter with that link that's in the comments, and we might pull you. So what I'm going to do first to kick us off is pull last week's 250 winner. And I'm going to do that right now while Melanie tells us about Chris cut diamonds, because they're a little bit different. They're unique.
They are different and unique, and I'm really excited to design something for a Chris cut diamond today. Kristen, will you put a picture up of our Chris cut diamond? So today's piece is going to feature a lab grown Chris cut diamond, but we do have a handful of natural Chris cut diamonds in our inventory for anybody that's interested. We didn't want to design on the fly for a natural diamond today because that is way too much pressure for me. But because I don't really feel like a $20,000 ring right now is really my vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's beside the point.
We would love it if somebody can just on a whim spend that kind of cash.
Go for it.
Go for it. Tell us if you want it in natural.
Yeah, if you do, you just let us know. But the Chris cut is the outside shape is like a cushion cut, or it's a pillowy rounded square or rectangle. And the inside of the stone has like razor facets, which are more like an emerald cut, Asher cut, like that strong, straight, windowy faceting. And it's a more newer, more modern cut, but it has that antique look to it because of the pillowy shape. So it's really unique. It's really, really, really difficult to find. And when we find it, I usually grab a few for our collection because people that love Chris cut die on that hill. That's what they want. And so like we have a client that asks for Chris cut. We can't swap it out with an antique, old mine cut or a rose cut or whatever. Whereas some of those other shapes, that kind of client would be interested in the other shapes and styles because they all give that like antique look. In this case, there's really nothing else like it. There within the Chris Cut family, there are different versions. Like the photo that's up right now, those razor facets, you can see they all go in the same direction through the center. They're a little bit skinnier, like the facets themselves, whereas the piece we're working on today, those facets themselves are a little bit wider, and that's giving it again more like an emerald cut faceting versus I don't even know that skinny bag, maybe a baguette. But this is our actual stone for today. I love
So pretty.
the proportions of it, and the facets are very like playful for the light. So that's Chris cut. And today I think this stone is really deserving of being set in an engagement ring instead of a piece of like a necklace or a piece of jewelry otherwise. So I'm thinking engagement ring with a Chris cut focal, but beyond that, I don't have any ideas. So would love some thoughts on how would you, if this was going to be your ring, how would you set it? What would it
Yeah.
look like?
Yeah,
Throw
this
the
is
comments
like
out there
your
for
chance
us.
to get a full custom for Melanie Casey, which later on,
I
if you
know.
guys are interested, we can talk about our custom. But if like you could design your ring, tell us what you want it to be with this stone. Details on this stone before I announce our gift card winner. It's a 1.07 carats, so
Mhm.
good size, not overly big though. So it's kind of fitting in that dainty vibe.
Classy, understated, yeah.
Yeah,
still
it's a
very special.
VVS2, so really, really high quality and e-color. So great, beautiful, perfect, love it. Okay, our winner.
Forced to be literally perfect.
Yes.
I'm really
Last
proportionate to it.
week for our $250 Melanie Casey gift card winner, we drew Lauren B. But your email address has a different last name, Lauren. So this is how you're gonna know if it's you or not. That's my only clue. I don't want to tell people's last names on here because I feel like
I
that's
know,
weird.
yeah, but it feels
I'm gonna
really
send you
weird
a
to
little.
even say their first names sometimes.
There we go.
Like,
So Lauren, thank you for entering. I'm gonna send this to your inbox right now. And the rest of you all, stay tuned because I might pull your name. It's random. I act like I have control over it. I don't. But I
just when
might
it
choose you.
occurs to you. Yes.
I might have the random generator choose your name later. Okay, so tell us what you guys are thinking.
Okay.
When we talk about ideas here, we want to know things like wide band, thin band, accent diamonds. Like we're going to decide all of those elements together. For an engagement ring, we don't necessarily need to know metal color at this point because for a piece like this, you'll be able to choose it even if, like if you would choose to purchase the piece today, you can pick yellow, rose, white gold, or platinum for your piece. So you don't need to tell us that part, but tell us any other ideas you have. How would you set a Chris cut diamond in an engagement ring?
We could talk for a little bit about how we've set them in the past,
Sure.
too, because we have that photo we have 3 past designs. And Kristen, you can probably put that other photo up now that has the 3 past designs that we had all in one photo. It's just coincidence we had that. While I'm also messing with my CAD over here because my layout is all messed up and it's gonna confuse me.
Fun. The
Yeah,
other shenanigan of these calls is the CAD program.
Is it going
It
to cooperate
sometimes
today? We
likes to
never
mess up.
know.
We
Dang it,
just
and I
don't know.
don't know.
All right, we are having a few suggestions while we look into that.
Oh, let me know. Yes.
Blue sapphire side stones is Paige's
Oh.
suggestion. That'd be pretty. Elise says modern vibes for sure with ombre side stones. Elise, I know you
Ooh.
love a salt and pepper and a gray and all of that. So that makes sense for you. I like
It
that.
does.
Okay, so these are 3 different solitaire settings that we've done for Chris Cut. So we can also, maybe the first thing to decide, Melanie, is bezel versus prone. Do you want to start there?
Yeah. Oh, so I was going to explain what we've done in the past with these stones because I like to treat them like a more modern cut. Like I like them to be set in a slightly more modern design. So
Yeah.
the stone itself is really the feature instead of like a heavy cluster style.
Yeah.
I want the stone to be what your eye is drawn to. So these 3 examples, we have a simple whisper setting, which is just a 4-prong head, simple band. The second one is our balladeer design, which is a 2 tab prongs that just hold the stone on each side. And when you're looking at that ring top down, you kind of go, ooh, is that like, how is that set? Like it looks almost invisible. But the structure is really there on that ring. So it's just like it's a trick of the eye, basically. And then the third version here is the half bezel, our half bezel style, which is it's more metal heavy than some of our other signature styles. It has a 2 millimeter band, and the metal is purposely visible. Like we want it to be part of what you see. It makes the stone look a little bit longer, and the sides of the stone are completely open. So with Crisp Cut, that tends to be a really good style because you're focusing the eye on those like razor facets that are in the center. So we've got simple solitaire, we've got like a tab prong, invisible setting type of thing. We've got heavy wall bezel. That's what we've done in the past. We haven't really done, well, actually, we have definitely done this stone cut in Snowdrift as well with cluster sides. We have never really done a 3-stone with it or a full bezel either. So either of those would be kind of a unique idea. We could do a 3-stone where we start with like our whisper setting, put a couple stones on each side. Or we can do something where we just decorate the band, make that pretty, and have the focal stone just be set up in prongs. So I gave a lot of options, but like solitaire with fancy diamond band is something I'd love to do because I feel like that would translate well to the rest of the collection in general. But I also would love to see this cut set in a heavy bezel just because I love that recently. So yeah, what do you guys think?
Tell us.
Give me some ideas.
Well,
I can share my tab window with you guys, by the way, because I'm now just messing with my settings and it's annoying me. And you guys can see why I'm annoyed by tab right now. Okay,
everybody,
so this is
be
just
annoyed with us.
Be annoyed with me. I usually have a third tab here, and I'm like blanking on what it's called. So I'm gonna just fight this fight over here alone.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a whisper with our actual stone. You can see it's a long, slender cushion cut look here. And then you just have to remember there are razor facets, and it's really unique and modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
What are people saying?
What you guys are saying. Kyra Star says I would do vertical in a bezel set. Somebody suggested cathedral or compass. Kyra is full of ideas, and she's waiting for her snowdrift band, so that's very exciting. I would do a thinner band with small, brilliant, and baguette side stones peppered on the band asymmetrically. Fancy. Love that idea. Compass with wide band. Let's see, prong set side stones similar to sunlit. Okay, so like a tapering kind of feel. Balladeer with tiny pink side stones, partial bezel. We are all over the place, my friends. Let's do one question at a time. How about that? Should we start with east, west, or north, south? Because I feel like that's a good way to kind of get us started on what the look's going to be. So east, west is horizontal. So the two on the right side here are set east, west along the band. North, south is up and down. So could you comment wherever you are to get us started with north, south, or east, west? And that will determine the rest of our decisions. All right. We've got some bezel, and let's have fun with the band. We love to have fun with the band. We've got east, west, I think is pulling ahead here. Instagram, thank you for commenting. Sometimes Instagram is like easier to just watch and not comment, I think, but I really want to know what you guys think. Oh no, now we're just totally split on north, south, east, west. I need more people, please.
Of course we are.
It's remarkable. You guys who have been with us a while know that generally when we have a poll, so we do these other like Design with Melanie things throughout the holiday season, starting in like October. And generally when we have a poll, it is 50-50, 90% of the time. It is wild how often you guys go 50-50, which is why we just keep adding designs to the collection.
So just so you guys know, because I am seeing a ton of east west. I know that we're really kind of split. Oh, IG says north south. Oh my god, I was about to be like,
IG is on north south. which is interesting. I wonder what sociological experiment we could do to figure out why Instagram likes North South. Is it like a hive mind? Are you guys just voting what each other are voting, or are you?
I know, you're like seeing it, or you're like, let's see.
Okay, Paige has a good point. East West will give us more room to play with the band. So if you want a fancier band,
okay, that's actually
you're gonna want
changed the question.
North South.
Diamonds
Yeah.
on the band or plain band?
Yeah.
That would be the question, because that'll decide if it's north, south, or east or west.
Right, because at 1 carat, this is wide enough to give you like a good amount of finger coverage top down, and so you're not gonna have a ton of room on the sides if you're going east-west. Oh, Megana said east-west, please. She said,
Oh, she
please.
did say please.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a few more minutes on that part.
Okay, I'm gonna play around. I have to figure out how to get this to be east-west, which is really fun. Because I asked our very fancy CAD team to assist with this today, and I keep breaking their work.
Jessica is here to help. Guys, Jessica is our CAD queen. She
Tell
says, tell
Melanie
Melanie to move the curve that outlines the stone if you want to turn the
Oh.
stone.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. See that? Clicked it, it said curve, and now I just have to rotate.
So this is
that is good.
Jessica, I'm going to give you a little shout out here. So Melanie designs everything, and sometimes it takes her longer than it would if she had Jessica sitting next to her. But
Correct.
Jessica is one of our
efficiency
lead
person.
CAD person, and so she takes Melanie's designs, the whole CAD team takes Melanie's designs and customizes them for your stone. And then sometimes Melanie weighs in on that kind of thing if it's like a more complicated thing. But she
I
is
will
like the
come in and do
specialist.
like, if there's a sweep with like placed stones, like a scattered sweep, they'll prepare the file all the way to near finish, and I will go in and adjust the placement and stuff with that final. But they do everything that's efficient. They make the files move in like a sensible starting point, middle point, end point. Whereas I don't do that well.
It's a very right brain, left brain kind of thing.
Oh, and of course I froze this.
She said there's a dummy gem for the head. Turn the dummy stone.
I was trying to find the dummy stone. I saw it in there, and then it froze on me. Why?
If you bully the stone by calling it a dummy, it probably won't cooperate.
It's endless thinking. Well, actually, while it endlessly thinks on us, we can be voting.
Yeah, we do. I think it's safe to call it. I think people want stuff on the band, so we're going to do north south, so you don't have to turn it.
Nice. That'd be nice. The funny thing is, the frustrating part is, I did just figure out how to turn it without breaking it, just in time for it to crash, which is not really a great start, and for us to make a decision. So.
Do you know what we could do though, since it's crashed, is we could pull a gift card winner. Oh my God. Hell yeah, Jessica CAD, yes. Kayla says. I'm now only calling you Jessica CAD.
If east west, what about a fat gold bezel? I know.
Love a fat gold bezel.
We could do like a double bezel where we like have the bezel in the middle, and then we have like a row of diamonds and then more bezel. Do something crazy.
Like
that's like that
bezel,
humongous signet ring we made. Remember? But still inside, actually.
I'm a little worried that if we do that, it's going to be one that I want to buy, but that shouldn't limit you.
That's a problem.
I think we should do that. Like, okay, wait. I'm going to pull a winner while Melanie freaks out about CAD.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, you guys should be rooting for CAD to crash because I'm going to do this every single time.
Because you're doing it every time.
Yes.
And there's nothing I can do to speed this up, is there? If this doesn't work, we will just... Oh, I could show you guys what we're releasing on Friday.
That's true. Let's waste some time.
Pull your winner, and then I'll show you. I'm wearing a piece, and so good.
Taylor R, it's you. I hope you're still here, but even if you're not, I'm sending you a gift card. Taylor R. Elise said, can you do a textured bezel? Do you mean like with like mill grain, maybe? I don't know how that works. Our bezel is so thin, so I wonder, it would have to be thicker, right? Yeah, you'd have to make it like double wide, so it would look like it's all on the bezel, but it's actually on like the structure of the ring. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, Paige
feel
says,
like
I want
yes,
the gold to look
everything.
like when you put the M&M down into the Rolo when I make those Christmas pretzels. Yes, it does. Like a bubbly bezel that like sits up and envelops it. I totally
Okay.
know what you mean.
Double check Instagram as well. Make sure that we are going in the right direction. Are we doing chunky bezel or are we doing delicate diamond band with our focal stone? What would you want to wear, people, if it was your engagement ring?
Yeah. What's a desert diamond?
They're it's an interesting, I actually love the name that they
Yeah.
came up with, whoever marketed that. Just I think it sounds pretty cool. But basically it's a warm toned lab grown diamond. And the reason that is unique is because usually lab grown diamonds, when they're in that warm family, are more yellow. So that we're talking about the brown cognac side, but pale what we call champagne diamonds
Okay.
in our universe. But that in a lab grown diamond is actually a sought after color because they're the color that the industry that grows those stones typically will not try to achieve. So when you get to the final step, the designer step, they're really difficult to find. They often get like discarded. So they're being cut really, really, really precisely and beautifully and uniquely. Like you'd find like a shield cut or like a Chris cut or something antique looking because the people that are like, no, that's interesting and special are actually taking the time to just cut them in a way that's also interesting and special. So there's a very, very small part of the lab grown industry that realizes there's something special there, and that will become, I think, a little bit more popular in the coming years. And it is again, it's a pale champagne diamond, or even a brown diamond, lab grown. From what
And
I understand in marketing, anyway, out there,
you're
we
right. Desert
didn't go
diamond
into.
is a very smart name for that. It's
It really
punchy.
is.
I like it.
I
All
like
right,
it too,
we are
actually.
fully split on Instagram and YouTube and everywhere else with Chunky and Delicate. So, Melanie, I feel like you should make the final call here.
All right. Well, let me look at our website for inspiration. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, see what we've got already.
Because that massive signet ring is um the chunky big heavy duty style
Yeah,
astral, that's what it's called.
Astral. Oh, so pretty.
That's so good. We ran around the office when we
Yes.
this first came off the bench like
Do
crazy.
you want me to
Can you see your
decide?
face? Yes.
Okay.
So this would be chunky bezel, heavy duty chunky, gorgeous. And
Gorgeous.
then diamond band would be what you would expect from our collection, which would be delicate details, some fancy cut, small diamonds down the band,
Yeah, so we can do both.
pictorials, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Interwoven, PDD, like petite diamond distance band, all that kind of vibe.
Okay.
So you decide, Katie.
I am feeling something. Maybe let's go north south and then side diamonds that's all bezel. Like a
Oh my God,
cascade of
bezel
bezel.
band. You
Yes.
just
So
blew
like
my mind. Do you
the
want to know how
the
long that has been on my goddamn to-do list?
see, there we go. I didn't know that. I
We
just want
haven't
to
ever,
see
because
it.
I feel like the fact that we don't have any kind of traditional bezel wedding bands in our collection right now is ridiculous. Because
I
every
think
time
so
I go to
too.
do it, I go like, well, we need a fancy cut. Like it needs to be a haircut. Like it has to be
Right.
like, or we need like the classic bezel band to go with
Yeah.
the bezel theme.
Yeah.
Clearly, that we
Yeah.
are some of our new pieces.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's be
love it,
chunky.
love it, love it,
Um,
love it.
let's do it.
Okay, so I am gonna
I
keep
am
the
yes.
whisper head because it's already built and
Perfect.
I don't know, it's there and why not? And we're really gonna focus on the band.
And my
Um,
people who want a delicate, I apologize to you, but we've got what you want. Just check the website.
I would love everyone to, yeah, we have so much of exactly what you're hoping for. I would like people to vote if they would prefer a tapered bezel, I'm sorry, a tapered diamonds where it's bigger going to smaller, or alternating large, small, large, small, large, small, or small with some like breathing room in some way. Like smaller, they're all the same size, but they're like spread out with some space between them. So
Okay.
tapering down, large to small.
And everything's bezel, so
Alternating
it'd be like
sizes.
okay.
Right. The other option is big bezel set stones all the way down in the band, which would also be
Cool.
But I tend to
Okay.
like a really, really big statement wedding band, even if our band and our engagement ring is more like thoughtful. So,
Mm-hmm. Okay, tapered is winning for sure.
ooh, okay. So big to small then.
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Fun.
I can picture it.
Yeah.
And now I wish I could draw, so I could draw down what I'm picturing and see if it's
Yes.
similar to what's going to end up happening. But I won't make any more decisions without you. I promise. People.
You
Without
do
you,
it.
Melanie, yes,
You
but not
do
without
it.
the people.
Yeah, you could. You know me. Go for it. I don't care. Okay.
While you're
Here, what?
doing that, how was your trip? Melanie went to Maine last week. How was your trip?
If you guys, I know that like a lot of people are not from New England or maybe not even from this country. If you want like to do the kind of vacation that people live in the New England area do, you go to Maine. It is actually it's 2 hour drive. That's it from here. And oh God, I want to say it's Cape Elizabeth, but it's the most scenic New England looking place I've ever been. I live here. Okay. Every
Yeah.
house is this epic old farmhouse with a person that clearly is doing their like gardening for fun, but they're farms and like it's just the most scenic place I've ever been in my entire life. And we stayed at a hotel that was dog friendly because Maine loves dogs. Vermont does too. Our dog got to go. The food is amazing. Like I had a lobster roll every meal. I almost threw up lobster. Not literally. I would eat more right now. The best. Like every good seafood thing you can imagine. They're literally plucking it out of that ocean and delivering it to your table. It is so fresh. It's insane. Um, and yeah, and people are just like slower and cooler there than
Yeah.
Massachusetts. We're like
Do you
fast
know,
here. We're intense.
I
And I'm
know
like
that it's
relaxed. It's
it's
amazing.
definitely Cape Elizabeth, and I know this because I'm a
Yes,
huge Noah
thank you.
Kahn fan, and he has an album called Cape Elizabeth. Have you heard this?
I didn't know.
And he also has a song called Maine, and the chorus is "I want to go to Maine," and so I'm
And he's
really
right.
feeling worlds colliding here.
I love that. Have you ever been to Maine?
Yes, but I was young. I went to Bangor when I was like really young because a friend of mine lived there.
I'm sorry, no
Um,
offense. I made a face. No offense.
well,
People that live
I
in
want to go
Bangor
to
already know that.
Portland.
It's
I
not the
feel like
place to go.
right. I feel like I could
It's
live
so
in
far.
Portland, Maine.
Yeah, Portland's really artistic and like really great, like community um just seems like a great community.
Yeah. What
It's
if
all
I
very clean too. Highly recommend. And it's a place that people don't necessarily think of. So it's not all that busy.
right?
Because like
Yeah.
unless you're like driving distance, people don't because we're gonna fly into Boston and then drive probably 2 or 3
Yeah.
hours to get there. People don't always think of that.
Right.
Because you're gonna hit Boston first. It's the obvious choice. But it is special up there. It really is.
Elise, I do think that you and your husband should move to Vermont. I feel like I know you well
Oh,
enough to know that you
the
would love it there.
best.
You could have your
I
little
love Vermont.
farm. You could grow a lot of stuff, which is having a farm. I don't know what else. You could love it. All right. Paige says she's leaving for Breckenridge, Colorado today. If anyone has recommendations on what they shouldn't miss,
Ooh.
we have some Colorado people on our team. Let us know if you're a Breckenridge person.
Extract ice. Sorry, that just took me a longer time than it should have to find the tool I use on the regular.
It's because I was making you talk at the time. I blame myself.
I'm there we go.
Elise recommends smiling at rescue dogs, waving to Subarus, and going on multiple hikes and visit breweries. That sounds like the perfect.
Oh, Subaru
vacation.
land. Absolutely. Actually, I feel like Maine and Colorado have the same energy.
Yeah, it's a very
But
similar
like
vibe.
I guess Colorado is more like adventurous. Like you're more likely to go like hike a mountain, whereas in Maine you're more
Yeah.
likely to like sit and watch the dogs.
Yeah,
No.
I feel like in my 20s I was Colorado, and now I'm Maine.
Yes. I'm Maine now. I am Maine. My kids are
Yes.
Maine. They always will be. They're not going. They're not.
Yeah.
I had to piggyback. My husband and I had to alternate piggybacking the kids because we went on like a half-second hike. It wasn't even a hike. We just walked into the woods and they're like,
Just a walk.
oh, we went on a walk, literally, because that is what you do there.
The kid complaining on a walk is not, it's
They
the
get
worst.
so exhausted in their little legs.
Yes.
The dog
You're
was
like,
worse.
I'm
though. The
making a
dog was like,
magical childhood for you.
yeah,
Enjoy
memories,
it.
guys. Taper at the end. Sorry, this is just me placing our stones. I'm trying really hard not to go a little like have the stones too close together because when we add the bezel, we have to actually be able to set our stones.
Oh, right.
Do we want
We
to go really
sometimes
big
forget.
at our starting point or not too big? Is that good?
No, I like
Too
that.
big or
I was
Hmm?
thinking even bigger, honestly, for the start of the taper. So I think that's not too big at all.
Okay.
Oh, Julia lives in Maine. We were just talking about Maine. Julia had to take a work call. Melanie went to Maine last week and is
Went to
raving
Cape
about it.
Elizabeth and it was so beautiful. My kids loved it. The food is amazing.
Julia,
And
are you
4th
familiar with
Street is my
Noah?
favorite restaurant in the world. So, and
Really?
if you live in Maine, you know 4th Street. Yeah, they just won some massive award for like being like a national award this year, I guess, for the chef. I don't know. I've been going there since John, my husband lived there for 3 years before we were married, and you know, we would go out to dinner obviously, and it was like every time we'd be like, "No, we're going there. We're going to 4th Street." Like I don't want to learn a new restaurant. I don't care. I just like the
Yeah.
one.
When you find something that you love, it's really hard to get away from it because you know what
Right.
you'd be missing if you take a risk and you
Yes.
spend your money and your appetite on something that you don't want.
Yeah.
Jordan said that her daughter heard me say about kids complaining and she said, "Oh, that's us." So Jordan's daughter, is it snacks? Is that the secret? Do we just have to supply you with snacks and sugar and
It's
then you won't
snacks.
complain? I think it's snacks.
Gotta be. It has to
Yeah.
be snacks. My kids eat snacks every time. All right, I am playing around with the position here. If these were prong set, it wouldn't even be, I would be done playing. But because they're gonna be bezel set, I have to be really careful that we don't make this unsettable. Like the team
Mhm.
has to be able to push the wall down over our stone. This is
Oh,
the
that's
board.
really cool though.
It's gonna be awesome. And it's
Okay,
actually
snacks
giving
and things.
a bit of a cathedral, which I wasn't necessarily doing on purpose, but I love where that's going. So
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, this is gonna be very pretty. Taylor, oh good, Taylor, I'm glad you got it. She said I just got an email and I was like, why'd you get an email from us? It's because I sent her a gift card. Okay, Paige is on the prowl for date night spots in Breckenridge, Colorado. Let's help her. All right, let's see. Mo on Instagram, if the link isn't working for you, you might have to copy and paste it in your browser. There's like a weird thing about certain devices, I think, where the link for the gift card entry doesn't always click. It's not always clickable for you, but if you copy and paste it, it should work just fine.
So bezel looks really ugly in CAD, fair warning, okay? It's ugly in CAD, it is what it is. You just have to trust the process. I'm
Oh,
gonna
this
try
one,
to,
it's
yeah.
gonna look like teeth. Do you remember how sometimes it looks like teeth, the bezel setting, when you do a bunch of them in a row? It's gonna be
Yes.
the case.
I'm gonna make this really skinny right now, just for the visual of like maybe what it would look like when set. And then, sorry team, you're gonna have to go and fix all of my, like, this is technically completely unsettable right now. But
Cool.
it'll give you the idea. And like this edge will be rounded down at the bench.
Yeah.
With their tools. Their
Bezel
files.
requires, if anybody is curious, bezel requires an incredibly advanced jeweler, especially the way that we do it. So it wouldn't be
Yeah.
that hard for a jeweler just to like fold some metal around a stone. But Melanie's bezels are very delicate and very smooth. And so in order to get that really consistent, smooth finish on a bezel, you have to do a lot of practice. And so that's something that our team, they're always learning new skills, and bezel is one that we've dipped into recently. And they're all getting real good at it.
Really good. And the difference between a really good bezel and a poorly set bezel is in my opinion, very visible on the finished piece. And it's
Yes.
the difference between like many, just, lots and lots of hours of practice to get from kind of what everyone does in the industry when they're out of practice on it to what it really should look like, which is perfectly even, like crispy. That stone is set so tight that you either have to destroy the stone or the setting to undo that work.
Yeah.
And it's like perfectly, completely smooth on the inside where the bezel meets the stone. That is the most difficult thing because you can't touch a metal tool to your stone. So they're at like a less than a hair's length away from the stone while perfecting that inner rim. And if they drop that tool at all, they're gonna take out a facet in the stone or whatever. And unfortunately, it does happen. That's why with
Yeah.
bezel, we try to make them. We like if it's a gemstone bezel, we're setting them before we release them for sale because things can happen, and if you slip up on the metal or the stone, it isn't fixable. You can't go in with the laser and smooth that out. Like it's a one-shot deal. So they have an incredible process, one step at a time. And you can't see where you're going really until you're at the very last step. So you only get like with jewelry, often setting stones is really fun because you get one in, you pull the prongs over, and you're like, "Ooh, success! I got there!" And you get to do it a bunch in cluster. With this, you have to wait till the very end to get any dopamine hit at all.
I feel like
Anyway,
my heart
it's
rate
brutal.
is really high hearing you talk about that. Like I feel
The
stressed
heartbreak
out
of
for the
bezel is
jewelers.
real. Thank God, though, we have the stone scanner. It makes all the difference. Well, if we were to bezel set the focus stone here, we would be stone scanning it to make sure
Yeah.
that 3D scan and the setting are exactly perfect for each other, especially with a gemstone too. And we do that a lot because it just saves time at the bench. The product
Yeah.
looks cleaner at the end. It's less likely to have issues post production, all of that. So, but yeah, it takes like 4 times longer. All right,
Wait,
so we have
we're not
bezel.
doing bezel on the focal, we're doing prong on the focal and bezel on the band. Okay.
I don't actually have an opinion on that, and I think that could be up for a vote. If you
Oh.
want to find out, do we
Yes, I
want
sure
to
do.
add bezel on our focal? I would keep the basket still open. Sorry, let me turn off this view. No one likes that view but me. I would keep sorry, blah, blah, blah. Let me just fix this. I would keep the basket underneath open if we wanted to extend a bezel on the focal stone as well. That would be
Okay,
that would be nice.
I think that'd be cool, but I need comments, votes,
And I need to
please.
expand. I'm gonna
Focal,
take her
bezel,
the as well.
or
while we talk
prong?
about it.
While you guys are voting, let me see what I've missed here. Oh yeah, Paige says I have a bezel set engagement ring from when we were married in 2015 and it's imperfect and it really bothers me. Like a super small
You
gap
can
in the
see it.
middle.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can see it. Yeah,
that
that's because
sucks.
frankly, most jewelers don't face bezel often unless it's really like
Yeah,
in style for some reason, or you work for like often that's more of an artist's vibe to do bezel versus like
yeah,
mass production because it is a different skill set.
yeah,
Let me see something.
that is unfortunate.
I can't find I don't know what's going on. I can't find my profile for my
Nikita
band.
says, I love my MC wedding ring, but I would love to upgrade my engagement ring to an MC ring and this looks fab. Nikita, let's do it. We can do that
Let's
for
do
you.
it.
We have
Let's
an
do it.
heirloom reset program. So if you have an engagement ring already, or if you've inherited a stone or something, and you want it reset by our team into one of our designs, either a ring or a necklace, we can do either. You can do that on our website. If you search heirloom,
Yes.
there's going to be both of those options that pop up. And if you don't see the design that you want in the drop-down menu, it might just be a little bit more complicated to do it, but we might be able to. So reach out to our team, questions@melaniecasey.com if you want something that's not on that option. All right, so far we're split between prong and bezel, but Libby loudly wants prong, so that maybe that counts for both. If you do it in all caps, I'm gonna count your vote twice, I think.
Oh, no.
I'm just making up rules here, we're not.
I fully agree. Fully agree with that method.
It just means you need it. Instagram is looking like prongs. Kristen said Melanie should come visit us in Colorado, but then again, she does not do hiking because you can't hike in heels.
Yeah, it's the truth, guys. I've told you guys, I'm sure, about the time I thought I was gonna die hiking at Mount Elbert.
Yes. You're just more indoorsy and that's fine.
No, man, That I found out that people were airlifted off that mountain
Oh my
like
God.
shortly after we went because it was like it's I think the second tallest peak in the country or something like that. And I told you I told it sharing it. I had to purchase sneakers. So I didn't own any at that point. Just like I happened to be between sneakers, whatever. I had to purchase sneakers for that trip. So I show up and they're coming fresh out of the box and they're like, let's go. And my husband and all of his friends that we were there with are college athletes. They all played, and of all the sports, soccer, which is the game that
Oh,
you do not stop running
you're
in
just constantly
the
running.
entire time. So I didn't quite fit in. I love
Yeah.
them. They helped me along. My very, very good friend counted 3 steps and then let me sit down. And then I'd stand up and I would take 3 steps. She'd go one,
Oh.
2, 3. And I got up there. I did
Did
it.
they try snacks for you? Because we've learned today
Oh,
that
they
that's
tried
the trick.
everything. Okay, they tried everything. My body was shaking. Like it was like my legs, my like muscles on my legs were shaking.
Oh, I
Now this
hate
was
that
after
feeling.
many, many hours, by the way. It's not
Yeah.
like I sound like a baby, like I couldn't get off your luck. No, I literally have carried 2 kids. I can
Yeah.
handle like some tough, little tough stuff. Little
Yeah.
tough stuff.
That sounds like
I
something
could
you have to
not
train for.
handle that mountain.
Yeah.
I tell the story
Okay.
all the time.
Because it's a good one. I mean, you did it.
I got there, guys. I got there. Everyone cried. They were
Oh,
like grown men, okay? We all cried.
that's so sweet. They're so proud of
Well,
you.
partly because I literally climbed up and I came up like a movie with my art, like I'm sure like a monster, you know? And they were like, oh, scared. Oh, we're crying not because we're terrified of you, we're proud of you.
We're so relieved you don't have to
They're
watch
like,
you
is this
attempt.
The Walking Dead? It's
Wait, were
awful.
you married to John at that time or were you dating?
No, we were dating. I should have broken
Okay,
up with
see,
him
that's
immediately.
something else. Like, that's brave
Should
of
have.
you to do that in front of his friends.
Well, luckily, because we were dating in college too, they were all also my friends. So he here nor there. And all of their wives are the same ladies that were dating all of the guys in high school
Oh,
in
that's
college
nice.
as well. So it was all exactly like all of our people, you know?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
best.
Man.
Kayla says, I also got married in 2015. I just bought another ring from MC, so take this as a sign for Paige. I also laughed so hard when my husband was like, I didn't know people got more than one ring. She said, I told him my friends Katie and Melanie said it was totally cool to get more than one engagement ring, and he laughed and basically let me order whatever I wanted. This is why we're here.
I love it. I love it.
Husbands, this clip is for you. Kristen, clip this later. We'll send it as a public service announcement. People should have more than one engagement ring. They really should. Because
Totally
you know
agree.
that she's not the same week to week. She's not like there's hormone, like being a woman is hard. I'm trying to think of, I mean, there's reasons, different
Yes.
outfits.
Yes.
You want her to show her love for you no matter what mood she's in. And so
Yes.
that's really, it's for you. It's for
You
you.
know, I have my emerald cut that I wear if I know I'm going to get hot because the band is thinner than my oval cut, and I know it's going to be more comfortable. It also has the lower basket, so if I'm like traveling, I wear that one. I wear my
Yeah.
like big bazooka big O one. Just if I'm like not gonna like lift luggage, like if I'm like
Yeah.
that's my normal. And then like I will also just wear stacking bands if I know
Right.
like if I'm going swimming or something and I need to be able to really clean the rings after. You're not supposed to do that at all, by the way. But am I not wearing jewelry?
Don't do that.
Obviously, I'm wearing
And
jewelry all
also,
the time.
Big Bazooka Bungo one is the technical name of Melanie's ring. In case you were searching
That's their
for
name
it
now.
on the website. No, I do switch it up all the time. Like I'll do a different band
Yeah.
with this ring or this ring on this
Yes.
hand. Yeah, you gotta do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Let me just see what
yes,
this
I
is.
mean I do that all the time. Leaving the house without any jewelry except for a wedding band, and it's like I don't know what to do with my hands.
It's very weird when that happens.
Elise
Speaking
has
of,
a yellow gold and a white gold, which is a great idea because especially if you like to mix and
I
match.
love that.
Yeah. Oh, Laura, who got our blue diamond a couple weeks ago, says, I'm dying to know what other pale blue diamonds there are from 2 weeks ago. What other shapes
Oh,
and
they're
sizes?
in there. They're in the
Yes.
collection.
Yeah,
I
let me
just
get that. Wait, did I tell you I was going to do that for you, Laura? And I forgot. I think I did. I'm going to send that to you, I promise.
oh,
Because I think her wife, like, they both like blue diamonds.
Oh, we do have more. They're all on
Those
my
I see.
personal board, Katie. They're
Yeah.
not on the main board because I'm just gonna like, they're like special. So I'm like
Okay.
holding them separately. So if you're looking for them, that's where they're. They're on my like
That
design board.
explains why I
Emily
couldn't
knows
find
what
them
they're
earlier.
Yes, they're
Um,
not in like their normal inventory. They are.
Laura, I will find and let you know.
You guys, does this focal stone need a bezel or are we doing prom?
We are doing prong, I think, is the winner. I personally
Okay.
wanted to see bezel, but I think
You
that
know what?
you could
I
have shown
do
me that.
agree that the prong will allow our bezel set stones to be closer to the focal. If we added bezel to the focal, it would kick it all down further. So I don't
Oh, okay.
mind. I don't mind the choice. I don't
All
mind.
right,
But
we're
I
gonna
do
stick
think
with prong.
it could go tab prongs though, instead of whisper head. Like we could make these flat just so that it's like more metal. I don't
Yeah.
know. What do you guys think? And then do we want these to keep the taper to be even larger?
I think so. I think we need to start a little bigger, maybe.
Okay.
Would it make sense to do an oval or no?
I think we're gonna run out of space if we try to do an oval on the
Okay.
side, because I think it would come down, I think we'll lose the taper look, because it'll come down like to where my mouse is, and then you won't be able to see it as it gets smaller, I think.
Oh, yeah, we definitely want the taper look. I do think maybe starting bigger would work.
Yeah, that's 3.5. Let's see.
Taser says, my engagement ring is at Melanie Casey for repair and I feel so naked without it. Yeah. Oh, yes. And many heart attacks, realizing it's not on. If I choose not to wear a ring one day that I like always wear, I always think it's lost immediately.
100%.
Yeah, Colin will show off the unique cut. I agree, Elise. I was wrong about bezel. I admit it.
See. Wow, this is a 4mm. This is gonna be, all right, I'm going 4.5. Really going for it, guys.
Go for
I want
it.
this to be like,
Big
crazy.
bazooka bungo.
yeah, bazooka mango. Yes. Is that what I actually said earlier, by the way?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You definitely said the bazooka part. I think I might have made up the bungo part.
I
watch
like it.
back.
We'll watch back. We will never watch back, by the way.
Oh, yay. Jordan's prism necklace is being delivered today. That's so exciting.
Oh, yay.
Thank you for your
waiting
patience
so
with those
long.
cuts. We had to like make sure that
They had
the
to be
cut was
custom
correct.
cut. Yeah,
That was
custom
great.
cut. And then when they're custom cut, we are just at the mercy of the cutter being able to find the raw material that all matches and our color grade and all of that. And that they cut it to our specification, which the first round came through different.
We were not happy.
Different, not bad, different though. Like
Right.
different than what you purchased. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have,
So our customer care team
it's just
had
how
to
it
come out.
goes when
All
we
of
get very
you.
creative like that.
You were all very, very patient. Thank you for that.
So.
Oh yeah, I like the bigger. I think that's really cute.
I'll show you guys. Keep doing this. What do we think? Razor facets will make this really special too.
Yeah, so keep in mind, the other image on your screen is reflective of the cut that we're working with for that center stone. It's a Criss cut diamond. And so it has those really thin facets, which gives it a lot of movement and really pretty interesting. And then the side stones are gonna be just standard brilliant cut round diamonds set in bezel along the band. Those are really, really pretty. Oh, Kate Summers, she increased the size of that first stone. So at first it was a little bit smaller and now we're going a little bigger so that the
Oh, it's
taper
really
is a
big.
little bit more dramatic.
Honestly, it's pretty lovely.
I love it. And also this is the fastest it's ever gone.
You're right. I'm like a little weirded out.
I know.
We're not done because we can't be done because I just can't, that can't happen.
No, I block off 2 hours for this call.
Yeah,
so,
for a reason. Okay,
Um,
so what, let's see. I'm just gonna play around just in case there's anything we're probably gonna land here, but I just wanna make sure. The
Okay.
team is gonna struggle to set these, but I'm not gonna worry about it. That's a tomorrow problem. That's a product development problem. Cause I want them nice and tight, like the way that they
Yeah.
are. And if I space them out more, I'm not gonna like it.
We believe in you, jewelers. You can handle this.
I feel like they can do it.
Yeah.
There it is. Hmm. There.
Oh, Kay Summers was saying the prison stones that came in different. We do keep them. We just use
Oh,
them
definitely.
differently.
Yes.
We didn't send them back because they're lovely. They just weren't
They're
right for
gorgeous.
what
Yeah.
people ordered for prison.
They have different facets over the top. They just had wider, straighter facets as opposed to the rounded dome shape of rose cut typically.
Yeah.
But because they were hexagon, the cutter did not know which cut we wanted, and we had ordered a very small few like a year ago. So
Mhm.
we just thought that they had their paperwork and they didn't. And I actually feel like that wasn't really. It's not so much anyone's fault, if that makes sense. It was more just like if we didn't have orders already, we would have been like, these look great too. They're beautiful, but it
Yeah.
wasn't our photos. It wasn't what we committed to. So,
Yeah.
ooh, upside down.
Oh,
Uh,
this, Taser says, I love this ring. Do we make a matching wedding band, earrings, or necklace? We could do a wedding band,
Ooh,
right?
you know what? I'm just realizing I want
Huh.
this to be settable here, and currently it's crashing. See how it's crashing into itself?
Oh,
I'm gonna have to figure out how to um open up the setting on the sides and do like kind of like fill this. Like I'm gonna have to play with this. So this is actually what's gonna take the rest of our time.
okay.
Because I'm gonna be here for a while trying to figure out how to both open the sides and support the prongs.
Okay.
But I
Interesting.
got you.
See,
I got you.
we're never done that fast. We knew it.
Never.
Elise wants to see the moonstone necklace that we made and break her heart / inspire her. That recent one. What was that called? Oh, and you're also
We
being
have
prompted
you.
to save your CAD.
Oh God, yeah, thank you.
And people are also wanting to see ombre side stones. So if we release this in white diamond, which we probably will today, but if you
Mhm.
love it and you want to explore like an ombre
Color.
side stone thing, just reach out. We can look into that for sure.
Definitely.
Save
That'd be fun.
Jessica. Love it. I am gonna do another gift card and also Instagram. I'm telling you this earlier than normal because that's just on my mind. It kicks us off at 11, so we can only do an hour live each time on Instagram. So the live broadcast will end, and then you'll just need to go back to our profile and find the live again to jump back on with us, or come over to YouTube because YouTube doesn't kick us off. YouTube wants us to stay forever and ever.
They do.
Sue S. Sue, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, and so that works out well for me not saying it on the internet. Sue S, I'm gonna send you $100 Melanie Casey gift card. Let us know if you're here, Sue.
Okay, so I'm picking up our prongs because I just cut out that side.
Okay. So if you were to do bezel on this, you would have to move the side stones down to allow for enough metal to meet in the middle. Makes sense.
It would just spread further out, which
Yeah.
normally fine. I just feel like I like the prongs.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
I want the prongs up here to be kind of the similar thickness to our bezel edge. So no, not like completely, but just be substantial enough to
Yeah.
be part of like the design, not kind of accidental.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Somebody else on Instagram said the link's not working. You might need to copy paste it into your browser. Sometimes it won't let you click for some people for some reason. A mystery of the internet.
Sure is. Okay, so I've opened up the side here. You can see that. I want stability between, so when you consider like we're constantly thinking about when this is worn, right now my prongs, because of this gallery rail here, cannot physically open up here. Like you could not and loosen your stone. But right now we have a risk of this bending open if it was to be caught really, really bad on a prong. So I need to find a way to invisibly connect these two prongs down below the gallery. So I can do that with a sweep. I can do that with just like small bubbles of metal that you really don't notice and connect it to this the setting here. I can actually beef up in this area here to add more strength as well. So those are kind of the decisions I'm making now. This is all like the hidden structure stuff that we talk about all the time. We're really like into the weeds right now with that. So I think that I think I'll just invisibly connect it and you won't
Okay.
even know it was. I'm gonna do that.
Sounds good. Yeah, so when
And
Melanie's
then
talking
it'll.
structure, as you guys have noticed if you've been on these calls with us for a long time, is she's either looking to do it invisibly or beautifully. So
Yeah.
a lot of times when you see jewelry out in the wild and you're like, that's like almost pretty, it's because they take kind of an easy way out with structure because they know they need to make it substantial enough to withstand life. And so they're sort of like add metal here, add metal there. And the reason it takes Melanie a lot longer to design is
Ages.
because of those like really conscientious, intentional choices for structure that doesn't take away from the beauty. It either adds to it or is invisible. So Melanie's going invisible structure here, which means I will not be able to explain it to you at all.
Yes, and when you see it in real life, you'll never know it's there. That's kind of the point of it. You'll see it here in the CAD because we're in like this zoomed in micro view. But yeah, in the CAD, it'll just look like a hole that was filled in that should always have been filled in. You'll never
Yeah.
know. Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay.
But then I will make sure that our ring can't open up in that space.
Chaser says Loki would love the first side stone to be a pair with the point aimed at the focal stone. That would be cool too. We could do a bezel band in different shapes for sure at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really pretty.
And then I'm gonna fatten these up even more.
Kristen, can you put up the velvet box with the stone, the actual stone, the lab grown in it, just so people can see
Now
the
that
stone
we're
that we're
like,
working with?
yeah.
We have a heated debate going on in our team Slack, and that debate is it's only heated because I like it. Lobster versus crawfish. So we have a bunch of
Oh.
New England people on our team. We also randomly have many Louisiana people on our team.
We do.
So I personally think that crawfish is more flavorful than lobster. I'm sorry. I said it. I think lobster needs something like a lot of butter or hot sauce.
Okay, I would never eat
And
any of the
crawfish-
above without a lot of butter. I've never even attempted that. You'd
have you
to be
ever tried
crazy.
crawfish?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, I would like for you
Is
to
it
do that.
amazing?
It's really, it tastes a lot like lobster actually, but it's smaller and I just think it's more packed with flavor. So if you hate what I just said, let me know. If you are a New England person, you're like, no, you're wrong. But I also want to know if that's an opinion based on experience or not, because I've tried both. I'm sorry.
I feel like the only reason to eat lobster is that is a carrier for butter. And if
100%.
you feel any other way, you haven't been doing it right.
Yes.
So there is no debate if crawfish isn't dunked in butter when eaten.
Correct. It is a lot of times, but it's also done in a crawfish boil where they have like potatoes and corn and a bunch of onions.
Okay.
And it's like a seafoody thing
I
and it can
gotcha.
stand on its own.
Have you ever been to like an old school clam bake where they actually you're at like they're like in the sand? You're like in the sand and they're like
No, I want to. That
cool as
sounds
shit.
fun. That
Do you
sounds
know I
really
used to
cool.
work for I've had so many weird ass jobs. I worked for a caterer for a while that did corporate like clam bakes. And I was like summer job. Barely remember it. I passed hors d'oeuvres. Me and my friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, they used to do those and it would be 120 degrees behind the grill area and they'd be on the beach because that's like the whole vibe. And it was being behind that making, I wasn't making it. There's a professional doing that part, but I was like helping it was a life lesson that I feel like was important. That food service was not for me because I literally can't handle the heat. Like I could
Yeah.
I'd be dripping so much sweat that it was like unsanitary. I mean, I was just clearing tables, but yeah.
Food
It was
service
brutal,
is,
but it was delicious because we used to get to eat like whatever was left over.
yeah. Taser says lobster versus crawfish taste test on the Black Friday live.
Oh, I mean,
I'm
oh my God, I'm so in.
So
I'll do that all
because
day.
we
day.
have champagne during that live as well, and so I feel like that just really goes together. Bring back the hot sauce challenge for those of you who don't know
I
what this
eat
is.
that hot sauce on a regular basis.
Listen.
We're about to buy another bottle.
Last night, I used it last night. I bought one for my whole entire family for Christmas.
Yes.
It's the best. You guys, it's Spice Drops. Go find Spice Drops on Instagram, but they are flavorless heat. Deb and Simone, who is a big fan of ours and a big friend of ours, she introduced Melanie and me to it last year, and then we did a Spice Drops challenge, which was a really, really bad idea. Live on the internet.
It was literally the best idea we've ever had. I gotta tell you.
We put it on fries, and Spice
chicken
Drops was
noodle
watching
soup.
it. Yes, chicken noodle soup. It
Maybe
was
because
so
it was like
good.
something we both could be sure was the exact same product, like base
Yes.
food. We had to be like,
Canned chicken noodle
certain.
soup and McDonald's French fries were the vehicle for the Spice Drops, and the Spice
Yes.
Drops people were watching us and commenting like, "No, that's too many. Don't do that to your body."
It was.
It didn't feel good
intense.
after, but it tasted great.
But we're like both major fans. It didn't ruin it for us.
No,
So.
I use it all the time, and I
I
highly
love that.
recommend it.
Okay, let's look at this ring. And now is like editing step because actually it's come together so
Oh, it's so cute.
easily. She's beautiful. What I love the openness here. I think that's vital. Is there any part of this ring, people, that you'd be like, no, keep going, do something? We could. I don't want to fancy up things just for the sake of it, though. You know?
Yeah, I
Like
kind of
this
like the
gallery
simplicity.
rail, you'll never notice. It is just going to be there for structure, and it's just part of it. Is what it is.
Yeah.
To fancy that up would be adding diamonds, and I don't think that we want to do that because it would have to. Like, I don't want to get away from the bezel.
Yeah. I really like it because I think, like you were saying earlier, that Chris cut stone is a modern cut, but it feels antique. And so you've got sort of
Yes, it
like
does.
a antique meets modern in this design with the prong, with that stone and the bezel side. I really like it as is.
I love it.
I think it's
I
a good
love it.
idea.
Okay, well, this is crazy. This has never happened in the history of TMM before, but I think we have our ring.
It's 11
know.
too.
Okay, well, we're gonna take some time and talk about this week's drop because I just happen
Yeah.
to have the pieces on my desk. And this is it's a handful of one of a kind duality rings, and they're stacker size, but they're like pack a punch. And this was the first one I grabbed. This is bicolor sapphire. It's a color shift sapphire. It shifts from purple to blue. And then it's paired with a rhodolite garnet that brings out the purple tones of the sapphire. And it's got clustery side diamonds. And I'm dying. And
It's
it's
like
got
duality meets to a flame. I love it.
Yes,
You guys remember this
exactly.
one?
It's so good. It's so good. So I wanted to show you guys that. And it's not focusing, but I don't think we care. Beep, beep, beep. It's so pretty. Anyway, I love this one.
Really bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, they're
Nice size.
they're a step above a stacking ring as far as like scale. I thought they were gonna come out smaller too, because in CAD you can't quite tell. This one is a tanzanite and a sapphire. Let's see.
Oh, they want your screen bigger. Can you let's get rid
Oh
of
yeah,
the
yeah. Let's hide.
diamonds.
Yeah, you're right. Let's hide. Hold on. Let me take care of business. We're gonna hide.
Oh, Paige, I will come back to your muscles situation because I have a lot to say about muscles.
Okay. Okay, can you even see it?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
I want to focus. Maybe if you go out.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna start close, and then it's just like seeing my.
There
Okay,
it
good.
is. Yeah.
Tanzanite and sapphire, which you guys know I'm a big fan of fancy tanzanite. Tanzanite can come in tons of unique colors. And this has like a faint green undertone in a deep plum purple, and it's with a dark blue sapphire. And tanzanite comes in a whole range of fancy colors. This is so pretty together.
I love that
And
one.
then we have, that's actually also, we have a white gold and a yellow gold tanzanite sapphire.
You're
You guys-
welcome, white gold people. We
You're
never
welcome.
do
You're
limited
welcome.
editions in white.
What's this one? Tanzanite and tourmaline. All right, let's see. This is a necklace. So again, these are dropping on Friday, and we're showing you because they're on my desk.
Let's see.
Okay. That's a razor cut. Actually, it's very much in the theme of our Chris cut.
Yeah.
Because it's like a razor cut faceting, and then it's with a fancy tanzanite, which is bringing out the green tourmaline is bringing out the purple of our tanzanite. When that tanzanite doesn't have the green stone next to it, you start seeing it as reading more of the more green tone, which is kind of funny. Like
Interesting.
it tricks your eye in the strangest way, especially in natural light. But that has two flame clusters as well.
So pretty.
And then the last one. The drop is, oh, this one matches the ring, the first ring I showed you. Where we had two of those color shift sapphires. They shift from purple, a strong purple actually, to blue. And it's the pear cut on the, and we set that as a rose cut pear.
Yeah.
Let me see. There we go.
So pretty.
And that purpley gorgeous rhodolite garnet and two flame diamonds. So that's our drop on Friday. We don't always give a preview, but
Why not?
gotta do what we gotta do when we got plenty of time. Since we
Since
are
Sue, who won our gift card, said, "Thank you for the gift card. We'll use it to buy a pair of threaded earrings she's been eyeing." Yay.
oh
I'm so
exciting.
That is very exciting.
Such a staple. I also have I'm literally like, oh, we've got time. Let's up my desk. You want to know what Jenny
show
just
us
brought me today?
everything.
Product
Numbers.
development on our bracelet chain. So I have three, we're trying to determine our perfect length, like standard length, and then customization on the length will be allowed for me to order products. But our standard length right now is up for debate because this slider chain mechanism that allows you to just adjust length yourself, it means it can be a tighter fit. So
Right.
usually what is it? 7.5 is our standard
I think
length.
so, yeah.
And that is so that you can grasp it and clasp it. And it does do a bit of a dangle at 7.5. This is a 7-inch chain. This might be a little too small for me. I have the most like standard size wrist and finger
What
sizes
size
that
wrist do you
exist.
have?
I'm like exactly our sample size. Like it's so
Oh, nice.
so if you measure it tight, it's probably just over a 7-inch, but I'm more comfortable in about a 7.5-inch bracelet just because it's like I can clasp it easier.
Yeah, that
But
makes
with
sense.
these, Jenny gave me all kinds of size options, so I'm gonna wear them around, figure out what our standard size might be based on my pretty typical wrist size. Jenny has the smallest wrist in the universe, so she is not allowed
She
to weigh it.
does.
She's not allowed to
Small
have an
wrist.
opinion. Teeny tiny wrist.
I have
We've seen a
average
lot of
size,
teeny tiny
I
people.
think.
What you seem like you'd have
I-
small wrists, but
I know I do
big
seem
feet,
like it.
I know.
Because I have small feet, I have small other things, but I have like a 6.5
Phenomenal.
wrist, which is like
Which is still small. It's still small, but it's
average,
not
though.
like absolutely minimal, mini. Like we
Right.
got some like under 6-inch
five.
wrists around. Yeah. And honestly, what's normal is 7, 8, and 9. And
Okay.
like we have quite a few people that customize to those sizes. We
Yeah.
also, of course, have people that customize really small as well. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. I'm right down the middle. We're gonna base this on me.
Do it.
Is what it is. But once we figure out our standard length, we will be able to probably design a bracelet very soon.
Friends, you've heard it here
Very soon.
first. It's happening soon.
Yeah,
That's
this
so
is-
exciting. What kind of bracelets are you guys looking for? I know you guys ask for bracelets all the time, but are you is there a specific style that you want to see in bracelet form? Is there a design of ours that you want turned into a bracelet?
More
Bracelets
so-
can be tricky because you have to worry about like the balance of the design flipping around, right? Like there's a lot of stuff you've got to keep in mind. Kind of like necklaces.
I've literally just started to continue to like my to-do list while on this call. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, is there anything else that you need?
yeah, right.
Oh, the
Um,
bezel of the band of the engagement ring we just designed turning into hoop earrings, Taser says. That'd be pretty. People want
You know-
hoops.
If you want the hoops, we could do the hoops. I do think the hoops, part of the reason we have the curated collection is because a couple of the artists that we support and carry their line do hoops so incredibly well and at a very fair price for the materials they use that
Mhm.
we don't really dabble, we don't cross over if there's somebody that can just genuinely do it better than we
Yeah.
can. And us
Like their
turning,
specialty, yeah.
us turning this band into a beautiful hoop, it would be spectacular. But for us to add the hinge element, and properly have it click shut and all that would be on par with a really, really, really technically difficult engagement ring. And so, and the product development and all that, that piece would be, they would be very, very pricey from our brand. And every element has to be cast individually, 3D printed and all that. Whereas like Zoe Chico or EF Collection, which carry both of those artists, they do hoops really well because they sell wholesale. So they'll make a mold and they'll repeat those components over and over in their signature hoop. So they'll be able to do like a bunch of different hoops, but they get efficiency of scale because they have their hoop component reused in all of their different designs. And because we
Right.
don't have that hoop component and we don't have enough demand to really drive like I don't know, thousands of that base hoop style, it's never going to be economically appropriate for us to really go for like a hinged hoop like we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Our version of something that is really like I think signature special, took a ton of product development and we have met that like what is it, economy of scale, is
Yeah.
our threader hook. We now know exactly how to cast it. We know what vendor to work with to make sure that what caster, we actually cast them individually, but and we know exactly what weight bearing it can hold before it starts flipping out of your ear and all of that. So we haven't done a hinge tube because we got our threader, and I feel like that's really where I don't know. There's more landscape for me to design on a threader too because it's front facing instead of like the circle. So anyway, that's why we haven't done hoops. I'm not saying
Yeah.
we won't because maybe at some point we'll be like it's time, but
Yeah.
I just
Okay,
wouldn't
we've
want to
got
do it if it's
some.
going to be like three more times more expensive than it should be just because
Yeah.
we have to product develop. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, okay, we've got some bracelet ideas. Tiny dainty chain with teeny tiny bezel diamond bracelet. That'd be so pretty. A chain with stones at intervals. Sprinkle of sugar bracelets is an all-time fave. Anything in that
Mhm.
lane.
Mhm.
Yeah, we love this. Oh, so people, Laura's asking if we could talk about white gold versus platinum. Give us all your
I'd
jewelry
love
questions,
to.
people. We've got
My God, we
time.
actually have time. I would love to
Is this
talk
an
about
Ask Me
white gold
Anything?
versus
Are we
platinum.
influencers?
Hi, egg bites that I forgot to eat.
My used
Hold
paper
on,
towel.
Katie.
Can you
You're
hear?
gonna pick up all the. We're just gonna pick up all the garbage from
Like,
around our desk.
my kids' Pokemon cards on my table.
Sharpie.
Okay.
Can't live without it. Okay, I can't.
Have you
I
heard
can't
of this
stop.
brand called Sharpie? Anyway,
It's amazing. Change your
let's
life.
go white gold and platinum, Melanie. Give
Okay.
us your thoughts.
We do both. There are different processes at the bench, and we are really good at both, but there are considerations. So platinum is more expensive, even though, okay, this is super confusing. I'm
This
gonna
is
get
so confusing.
geek out with me. Ready? So if you were to look at straight up per ounce, the price of gold versus platinum, gold is more expensive. And you're like, well, why would a platinum setting be more expensive? Because platinum weighs more. So you have to actually look at the final weight and cost of the material to figure out what is going to cost what. Platinum is significantly more expensive for us to make a piece of jewelry in because it weighs more, it is heavier, therefore it costs more. And we have different tools that are frankly much more technically difficult to work with. You need a much higher heat on your torch. Your solder, which is the so solder is a piece of metal that has other materials baked into it, so that when you hit it with a torch, it melts really really quickly, and the metal around it does not melt. That's how you're able to solder a seam, resize a ring. You flow something with a lower melting temperature through into the seam. It kind of like super glue, and it when it becomes room temperature again, it turns into solid metal again. It looks the same. That's what solder is. Platinum, you have to heat the entire piece up evenly. And like your tiny little prongs and things like that, you have to be like crazy careful because they can just melt on you if you're not perfect with this. The whole piece has to be warmed, and then out of nowhere, the solder flashes into place. Whereas with gold and silver, it looks like a pool. It puddles into place, and you have more control, and you can move slower. So platinum is more technical and more difficult for our jewelers. It is more technical and difficult for our caster. It weighs more. So all of those reasons are why platinum is more expensive. That is the price piece. The reason to buy platinum over gold is I think it holds up a little bit more in time because it's more dense.
Yeah.
Not because, like, yes, it feels heavier, but it's more dense. And I've found that a platinum piece in time will just move out of shape a little less. The last reason is color. Platinum is a true classic blue white, like you're expecting when you see white metal. And white gold has a warm tint to it. So we don't rhodium plate our white gold. We keep it its natural, true white gold color because it means there's no maintenance. And I believe in that. It also means repairs can be done without messing up your finish and things like that. Rhodium plating is the color of platinum. So if you really want to match your white golds and your platinums, you really are going to have to rhodium plate your white gold in order for it to be brought up to that bright blue color. So the reason people choose platinum, it's dense and heavy in a good way. It holds its value more than anything else because of that price of the platinum, and it's bright, bright, bright white. I don't know. In fine jewelry, the things that are more technically difficult and challenging tend to be what's like more sought after and come in
Yeah.
more of a premium too. So
Yeah.
we like it
So-
all. I love
Yeah.
platinum, but I'm more of a yellow girl gold gal, so I don't own a lot of platinum. But
Yeah. Platinum's great. We have a lot of clients who love platinum.
did I get all the things?
Yeah.
Tell all
Yeah,
the
I think
things.
so. And then, so rhodium plating too, just so you guys know, is like the jeweler would like dip your piece into rhodium and it gives it that bright white finish like Melanie was talking about. But you have to keep that up like every 6 months or a year, you're gonna have to get it redone. It's one of the services that does not void our lifetime warranty. For those of you who don't
For
know, we
people
do
that
a
are
lifetime warranty on our
passionate about it,
pieces.
yeah.
So if you really want to rhodium plate, we don't do it in-house, but you can have it done elsewhere and it will not void your warranty because we know that's kind of just a preference thing. As long as the jeweler doesn't touch anything else on your piece.
Correct. We
and
don't
he's
rhodium
asking-
plate though in-house. We don't
No.
rhodium plate upon request. I don't like the chemicals and I don't think it's necessary for the beauty and longevity of the piece. So the
Yeah.
only reason that you should rhodium plate your white gold, or two reasons really. If you have purchased a white gold piece from a company that has a heavy nickel alloy in their metal, rhodium plating it will protect your skin from that nickel for a little while, and you would have to redo it often. I've never heard of somebody having a reaction to our white gold, by the way, so I don't think that we have heavy nickel in it. I'd have to look at the actual makeup of our white gold. And our white gold is also extremely bright white for white gold. It's also just simply not necessary. But if you go to like a big box store, if you're going to Costco to buy your jewelry, your white gold is going to be rhodium plated, and the gold underneath is going to look extremely yellow to your eye when that coating wears off. That's one of the many marks of like a lower end fine jewelry and a higher end fine jewelry. So rhodium plated sometimes is used to hide quality concerns, and that will reveal itself within a year.
Yeah.
The other reason rhodium plating, the other reason is, let's say you have an antique piece and it's rhodium plated and you buy a Melanie Casey wedding band, those two metal colors won't match exactly. So that would be a fine reason, as far as I'm concerned, and our brand is concerned, to rhodium plate let's say your wedding band.
Yeah.
It's just if you want it to be a perfect color match to an antique piece or something that you got from a different jeweler that has it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it's
we'll
also
get
important to
platinum.
keep in mind if you have, especially if you have antique pieces, but just if you have like 18K and 14K yellow, they're not going to match. So like if you're
Yeah.
ordering a piece, new 14K is not going to look the same as antique 14K. It's not going to look the same as
Yeah.
new 18K. So if you're
Yeah.
really particular about the exact color match of your metals, just be aware of that, I guess.
You know what's so
Um,
interesting is that's something that people don't know, that you can
Yeah.
have 14 karat yellow gold
Yeah.
in any variation of metal color mixes. And where you see it in an extreme way is rose gold. Rose gold can
Yes.
look so close to yellow gold that it's indistinguishable. And it can
Yeah.
look also so strong pink that you think that like there's something like what's up here, like what's going on.
Yeah.
Our rose gold, we're really, really careful sourcing our rose gold material because we're very particular about the color of our rose gold. But yeah, that is a constant battle in our industry. And it's something to be aware of. And with white gold, it's absolutely maybe even more extreme because it can look white gold can be so yellow because gold in its pure form is yellow.
Right.
And it's a dark yellow that bringing that to look white requires either adding more expensive materials like platinum, rhodium, things like that, or filler like nickel.
Yeah.
That would not necessarily cover that color as well. I would say I'm not totally down on nickel additive and alloy, by the way, because it does actually add some strengths. And the color of nickel actually, contradictory to what I just said, is actually quite white. So it's not actually a bad additive. It's just you don't want too much. You know, and
Yeah.
people tend to be allergic to it. So
Right.
anyway, all I'm just
Yeah.
saying, not every gold or material is treated the same from one jeweler to the next, one brand to the next. And that is actually just one of those quiet quality things that us and like the curated brands we carry care a lot about. And if you go to like big box, not dropping the names today, not feeling ass fiery, but they absolutely cut corners there and will get you your technical 14 karat gold. But what is mixed with it might be cheaper and it might not be as strong. It might cause porosity, which means like cottage cheese inside your like holes in Swiss cheese, not cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is breakfast. Swiss
That's
cheese
lumpy.
is, anywho, those are different things. But yeah, you can cause issues in the long run, but companies that don't have a good warranty, they don't really care what's going to happen in a few years to your piece.
Yeah. Yeah. They just want, because almost all of the big box stores have a very limited warranty if they have anything at all. Sometimes they'll require you to come back in every year or even every 6 months, I've seen, which is just
I've heard
wild.
6
Like,
months too.
I could
in the mall.
never. They require you to do that for inspection in order to keep the 3-year warranty that you'd be lucky to get.
And when
So
you
that's
bring it in,
insane.
you're going to tell me they're not finding things that need to be retipped and
Right. Right. A really good friend of mine got her engagement ring years ago from a big box store. And I'm not kidding. It has been in like 10 times for diamonds falling out. Like,
And they won't. So
frustrating.
one of those things we have a number of jewelers that used to work at Signet, which is the biggest jewelry company in the country, if not the world. It's one of the biggest in the world. And they have a policy adjacent to this. I don't want to quote the policy because I don't know exactly what it is, but
it was one of
similar
those
to
stores.
theirs.
Yes.
Yeah. But I know for a fact because we had jewelers that worked in their repair department in their early career before coming here who would talk about like there were rules, like they were not recasting your piece or remaking it. They were going to find a way. They were trained and then untrained and retrained in the proper way of doing it here. And these are some of our actually a couple of our managers and like top lead jewelers now came here because what they were learning at that establishment was not in line with the kind of jeweler they wanted to be. And you know, you don't want to work in a career like that for 30 years and then you can't undo some of those bad habits, right? But they were not to recast. They were not to mess with really the piece. The thing that they were being asked to touch was the only thing they were touching. So a prong might have fallen off and they were to just put that prong back and protect everything else in its near falling off state because they didn't want the expense of really standing behind that work. And like as
they're
a
charging you for
consumer,
it.
you wouldn't know the difference because a quick polish hides a lot of connection.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
What happened?
I have no idea.
That was so weird.
Anyway,
Well, here we are again.
please do drop the names. I did already. Signet.
If you look up
Signatures.
Signet,
Every Christmas, you know that one?
do it.
Every Christmas with them or not. Well, they are gonna sue us.
That's true.
He
People
went
have different
to
process.
Barrett. You know, those brands.
Every kiss begins with a letter. Okay, we are back. Okay, wait. I'm gonna pull another gift card winner, but if you guys have anything else you want Melanie to geek out about, we've never had this time just to chit chat when we're not with the cat. We're done.
I know.
If you're
You know
just
why?
joining
You
us,
want to know why?
sorry.
It's because I went on a little mini vacation to the most relaxing place in the universe.
Right.
I feel like I've been, like solved my racing thoughts that probably should be medicated. I don't know.
Yeah. You should just go to Maine every week and
I
then
will.
that's your
Yes.
prescription.
What do I do in the winter?
You go to Florida or somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, miss the shit talking. She is not happy.
We didn't really do that much. We were just talking about you should compare
I mean,
warranties.
if they're publicly traded, we probably can shit on them, right? I mean,
That's
they have more
true.
lawyers, but like, I don't come for me.
You said
Don't care. Don't care.
it's okay.
Get out of here.
We are just encouraging you, if you purchase jewelry from lots of different places, to compare warranties and make sure that they will stand by their work. That is our non-shit talking version of what we just said. All right, let me
And, you
pull a
know,
gift
I really
card.
do feel like I feel like I gotta say it. If you were to wear and love a ring from one of those big box stores, it has all of that meaning. We are not saying it's always shit. We're not saying that. I'm not saying that because there are talented jewelers in every one of these establishments because they're just so big. And so if you're lucky and you get a talented jeweler who really knows what they're doing and has pride in their work, they will make you a piece that is on the quality of what we make.
Yeah.
Just shy of the materials they are allowed to work with, right? But other than that, so I don't want people to be like, that's where my ring is from. Is it shit? No, no, it is not shit. No, their warranty is shit. That's true. And their business practices, how they train and guide their team is shit. But you can always find quality based on, with the jeweler that you are working with, which isn't your choice. It's just like Russian roulette. That's all.
Yeah.
Just a little risky.
Yes. But if you've been happy with your ring for years, then that's
And
wonderful.
they still, exactly. And so,
Yeah.
like, and you can, if your ring is, let's say, not thoughtful from the side view, just get a really big
Yeah.
wedding dress.
Yeah.
And we'll make it for you. And you'll
Yeah.
never even look at the side view again because we'll just
Or we'll
fill it with
reset
diamonds.
your diamond for you. Kayla said,
Absolutely.
I love getting ads from competitors. They want me so bad. I'm spoken for it.
Because if you join this, like Google knows you're a jewelry
You like
person,
jewelry.
and you guys are probably getting like attacked by ads, probably.
I do,
I
and
get
my
it.
face is always like,
Ooh, wrong demographic. I don't want your.
Little Black Style blog says, I have to say, I like having the options to choose bandwidth 1.2 to 2 millimeters. So thank you, ladies,
Oh,
for that.
definitely.
You're welcome. That was because
You're
everybody was
welcome.
asking for it.
Yeah, it took us a long time to get there only because the website technology had to get there. The assets, the photography, the CAD files. It was difficult to get there. We had to do it one by one. So we had that option always if you emailed it.
Yeah.
People just didn't know. So we had to build everything with the website, guys. It's the most expensive thing we have to do that day, that week, that year.
It is.
Website is
And it takes so
more
long.
expensive than this building, than our retail front.
Yeah.
Our website is the thing that we suffer. It's like it feels like paying a mortgage, like where you're like, I gotta do this. It's a tired thing.
It does.
Just feel
And we have to have like a sunk cost thing for repairs on the mortgage, all the things.
Yes. Yes. I gotta replace the windows when they go. I gotta fix the roof, and that's our website.
The roof is the homepage, I guess. Whitney says, I tell literally everyone I know about MC pieces because the quality is unmatched and the people are incredible. My friends were like, you go to mass every October to buy jewelry? Yes, I do. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, I do. And it's really intense.
Okay, Paige has a question. She said, I also had a local place size my ring and the area where it was sized is much thinner than the rest of the band. Is that typical?
No. That is. That's why we say this under to us. So that is so our product, it's like when in jeweler speak, when
Yeah.
we're interviewing a new jeweler, when we're training our jewelers, when all the way through every bit of documentation that we have spec sheets and all that. Everything starts with do not remove any material. Do your
Yeah.
work precisely enough so that you don't have to remove gold in order to execute that piece of work. So what you saw in that thinning of the band from that jeweler resizing your piece is you cut the band to resize it. So like this. You cut it, you bring it to size, and then with tension, you and filing perfectly, you make that band seam meet up again, then you solder it. If you do this literally perfectly, there is no filing after metal removal or metal loss at all. If you add heat to only one side unevenly, it will pop and it will do one of these. The solder will still join that. So when you're at this point, you have to cut it, you have to start over, and you usually have to add a piece of wire in to fix your mistake. So when it's like this, the jeweler has to file off all that metal to make it look right, and they're left with half of the thickness of that band should be. And we all know where those pitfalls happen. When they happen, the repair and the time it takes the jeweler to fix their mistake is 4 times longer than the original error. And most
Wow.
shops just aren't set up for that level. Most shops don't care. Most shops don't have a quality check department. They don't have somebody with calipers measuring things. They don't have the training and all of that. We just have been working in the delicate space for so long that we don't do that kind of thing anymore. Those like mistakes. So yes, if your band is thinned out, it's like halfway, you can visibly see it's thinner than it should be. That would be that would be something that we would want to fix properly because it will end up cracking. The seam will crack or it will warp. It just won't in time. It won't be great. It's not an emergency. You can keep wearing it for a while, but eventually you're gonna have to get it. Yeah, it's called reshank. It means cutting the whole piece out and putting a entire new wire piece in place for durability, structure, all of that.
Sorry.
Ba, ba, ba.
Ayla wants to know if you can talk about oiling and emerald. How is that used? Or about rubies? I always wanted a signet ruby, but there are various colors of red and pink. So oiling and emeralds.
Of emeralds?
Yeah.
Yeah. They come from the mine that way. So the oiling, to be totally honest, I don't know how it's done. I think it's probably some sort of soaking environment, whatever.
Yeah.
The oil gets into the cracks and crevices and it just makes the stone look so much better with just the addition of oil that
Yeah.
it's a assumed yes that every emerald in this industry is oiled. When it is not, it's specifically called out. We actually have very pale emeralds that we are I don't know if I ever I think I showed
Yeah.
them and then we showed
Yeah.
something else. I've since set a design for those, a necklace design,
Oh.
and we will be releasing them later this year, but those are not oiled. And it was just like a very important element because it's so rare. And I don't know why they weren't. It just happened to be. But there's nothing wrong with oiling at all. The only thing is you have to be careful with emerald that we don't put them in like our ultrasonic machine. We scrub them carefully with a toothbrush. It's an internal oil. Like if
Yeah.
you're scrubbing it, it's not taking it off. It's not like on your skin. But yeah, it adds to the vibrance of the emerald. And because emeralds are always completely full of inclusions, which is like fissures, lines, cracks, things like that, it just makes it look prettier.
Evens it out a little bit. It's kind
Evens
of like
it out.
heat treating for sapphires. It's just like an accepted
Exactly.
practice to make it
Yeah.
look better.
And heat treating, so they put it in an oven and it
Yeah.
brings the color out richer. And
Yeah.
if a stone doesn't get heat treated, it's a big deal only because that's just, if it's being done at the mine and it's like, or by the cutter, like it's the origin of the material before it's even cut to shape, then it's almost impossible for us as a designer to say like, don't oil it. Like it's happening
Right.
before we'd even ever have access to that material. Yeah, so perfectly fine, reasonable, doesn't take away from the quality or the price. I mean, the price, just the value is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, oil your emeralds. Let them be
Oil
oiled.
away, people.
Oil away. Fracture fill, on the other hand, I do not agree with. That's when they actually
No.
inject material into a stone to falsely fix a crack or an inclusion. When I see that, we run screaming. We do not participate in that. It's basically like glass material. It will shatter out eventually, or it could.
Yeah.
Woo! Hey, What was,
Um,
I don't remember what was
I
used to
think
be on the screen.
who knows? Also, I have another question. Oh, the same person was asking about rubies. They do really vary in color. And so
Big
they
time.
can be natural in a bunch of different colors, right? But
Yes.
there are certain ones that just kind of appeal, like that pigeon's blood is the more sought
Really
after.
special.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a special mine.
Yeah.
Rubies, I think that the clearer and less opaque they are, typically the more value they have. Also, the darker the color, the more value they have. So a pale hot pink ruby, which I think is gorgeous, and I would buy that in a heartbeat, but it's technically less expensive. And then I just said the other qualifier and I don't remember what it is. I lost it. But oh yeah, opaque. So like
Yeah.
if it's completely you cannot see through it, then that would be an opaque stone, and that would be more like costume jewelry grade, even though it's technically out of the earth that way and is natural. But then you can go all the way up to like really transparent, flawless internally rubies and with a darker, rich color. And those are getting into those six-figure, real true collector's stones that are on par with like really fancy emeralds in that same way, and like colored diamonds and things. Those are getting into the range of like a true collector's stone. So yeah, I mean, I feel like with a gemstone, especially a ruby or sapphire, anything that is on the market selling for like over $10,000, I think that's in the range of a stone that's really a collector's stone and not one that you'd typically see just set in a casual piece of jewelry. Those are things that usually you like lock in the safe, take them out for special occasions usually.
What's wrong with me that makes me want it more? Like anything rare and hard to find. It's just like
Sick.
something about my personality.
sick,
Like, well,
isn't it?
now I only want that.
You should see me because that's who I am. I hate it, but it is at the gem show. I'm always like, oh, what's that one? They're like, oh, this one. It's the nicest stone in our collection. Would you like
And
to
you're like,
pull
you're
the-"
telling me I have great taste.
Oh my God, I knew it. I have an eye. And then 2 minutes later, I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, $20. Oh,
Just take it. I don't want it.
Like, yes, I want that. Thank you.
Julia, I've convinced my sister-in-law to come to Bridal Week this year. Can I personally RSVP for 3 people, or is there a cap/limit? Christy, I need you. I don't know. I think that I know that you can do a +1 on our RSVP, but I don't know if you can do a +2. So I'm gonna ask Christy on our team to tell me that. Because I don't know, but obviously you could fill it out twice, I guess, if you need.
Yeah, I know we definitely do the +1 and that whole thing, but swag bags are probably really your big question. We need to get the answer so that it's absolutely guaranteed to get swag this year.
Yes, you definitely have to RSVP if you want swag, but I don't know if they can add
Just the
2
+1
people to there. Yes, the
Does the
+1
+1
does if they are like added, their name is added. But walk-ins don't get the swag, so you guys got RSVP, please.
Everyone on here knows they need RSVP. They know.
Christy's typing for me. You can RSVP for you and a guest, but swag is only reserved for RSVPs. I was incorrect.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want swag, RSVP separately. So
Yeah,
Julia,
yeah.
send your
You
sister.
bring your boyfriend who
Yeah.
really doesn't want a
That's
swag because it's 2 of the same thing or whatever. You guys throw yourself on the same RSVP. We'll assume it's 1. But it is 1 swag coupon book this year.
Oh, you're just telling all the secrets. Okay, let me see more questions that we have. Oh, this is fun. Elise wants to know for both of us, what was the hardest piece that got away, customs included? Was there one that sold that you wanted for yourself?
Oh my God.
So many.
Do you know how often? I'm never allowed to keep stuff for myself though. Like that's just not allowed. I mean, for me, it's anything that's like big statement-y, gemstone-y.
Yeah.
That's usually where I kind of like lose my mind. But I can't justify we make them so infrequently. I can't justify making one for myself. Plus I get writer's block equivalent for design big time if it's for myself. I have a stone that's still in the tower that is from when my husband and I, when we were dating, went to Africa on safari. I've talked about this up as well because it was like epic and I want to bring my kids because it's the most incredible thing of all time. But anyway, I bought a little small pink tourmaline that I've been sitting on. What I don't know. I don't even know what year we went. Okay, it was forever ago. It
Yeah.
was probably like 2008.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and so I've been sitting on it all this time. It's time I set that stone for myself.
What if we do
But I
it
will
on a
never get to it.
TMM? What if
Ooh,
we
that would be fun.
design for Melanie? That'd be kind of fun.
That
If
would
you had a
really.
similar size one, we could do one for you and one for.
We'd have to
each other.
find something, but it's weird. It's like a slightly rectangular emerald cut. So it would be like almost like a razor cut or whatever. So it would be really hard to find another piece like that. But we could say design for, let's say, like an Asher cut or something like that. And then I would just slightly adjust it for my stone. Because I've had it forever. It was wrong with me. I mean, if I turn it around and I say, okay, make something for my daughter, then I would do it like I could do
Right.
that today.
Right.
Something about me being like, but then I'm wearing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's weird.
But somebody
It's
else
weird.
might want to buy it.
Yeah.
Instead. Yeah. That'd be really fun.
But I think that's a
for
fun
me,
idea. I should find it.
That'd be so fun.
You guys want to see
The
it? Okay.
original vitrine is my answer. Something about so that's the 3-stone baguette one. And the first one that we had, there's something about like the way that those stones size wise fit together, just really scratch my brain in a good way. Yes, we need to see.
Wait.
Correct. +1 does not get swag for bridal week. You have to RSVP for yourself. So if you are coming with a friend, both of you do an RSVP, don't add a +1. So you each have your own RSVP.
You guys want to know a crazy thing? I must have had, I read my own mind sometimes. So this is my Africa stone. It was in my tower directly next to a stone that is a similar shape, a garnet that actually has that razor faceting I was thinking of. My stone actually is just a step cut. It's like almost square emerald cut basically. They're almost the same, and so I actually do have two. So my stone, I'll show you my Africa stone. I was like, before I was in jewelry, I picked this out. It's not even hot pink. It's giving hot pink, but it's not. It's like a muted pink tourmaline, and it's so
shape
pretty.
is really cool.
I know, and like Melanie from a long time ago picked that out
Baby
for
Melanie.
jewelry. How
Finance
adorable.
Melanie. Aw.
Yeah,
Slipping under your
back in
desk,
the day.
Melanie.
Yes, shit show Melanie picked that out, and I like pink.
She
Anyway,
has good taste.
she did. I'm so proud of her. Anyway, then this is the Malaya garnet that is actually a technically.
Sorry, when your teenager says he wants a hug, you have to do
Oh.
it even if you're live on the internet.
Oh,
I love you.
instantly, always.
Yeah. Okay.
Katie goes right in mom. She doesn't go
What's
to
the
hug.
best? Your Pokemon cards are on the table, by the way.
Those aren't mine.
Okay. Anyway, you have a magic
Also
stone.
right into mom mode.
Clean your shit up.
I mean, take it with you because it's in my space. Yeah. We love you. We are kidding. Okay, so this is the Malaya garnet. Ignore that. I hate that it's like the yellow background. I'm working on getting the white.
Oh, I don't like that
Oh.
either.
It's gross.
It hurts my brain.
I know. Okay, look how gorgeous this is. The garnet is the better stone, objectively, and they have the same, like pretty not the same exact measurements, but the same feel.
Yeah.
The garnet is better by
Okay.
like objectively, but this is my Africa stone.
But
And you
that
guys,
was
this is what I'm
sentimental.
such a dork. I just wrote tourmaline, Africa. I don't know, 10 years ago. I don't know when I wrote that. Africa. I went there one
You
time.
know how
That was
big it
really
is,
special.
right?
I didn't write a thing on it. I just know what it is. I'll never forget. Anyway, so we can do this next week.
I think we
Could you do
should.
this week?
Listen, Jordan has a good reframe for you. She said, if we all design it for you, then it doesn't count as making it for yourself. So it's guilt-free.
Yes.
You don't have to feel guilty.
And I want like a big old honking statement for like the middle right hand here. You know how I wear my opal all the time? I need a second one to flip through. And then
Okay.
like these would pair well with color. So we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I love that.
Maybe we'll do a little stony thingy. Anyway, we'll do
Okay,
it next
clarifying
week.
some
Yes.
bridal week questions. Okay, yes,
Okay.
I've spoken correctly. You do have to RSVP if you want swag. You have to RSVP for every person who wants swag. If you're bringing your partner and they don't care about swag, you can just add them as your +1 and you'll get your swag. They don't need one. Also, if you're in the design department, you're going to indicate on there that you're in the design department, which is our Facebook community group. If you are not yet in our Facebook community group and you're coming to Bridal Week, you would definitely want to join it before you RSVP in a couple weeks because there's a little for you.
We always do a little something for our peeps. You gotta do something for the peeps.
Kristen, can you put, or actually Melanie, it's on your tab. Can you put up our design for the week so people can see it? Some people were joining late. Hi, Cash, welcome.
Oh yeah,
Hi,
of
Karen,
course.
welcome.
And actually, it's timely because I'm doing working on screenshots so Christian can work on watercolor. So
Perfect. Okay, so this is our design for the day. So it is, this focal stone is a crisp cut, just over 1 carat diamond. Crisp cut is that kind of cushiony, pillowy shape with really vertical razor looking facets that is very uniquely cut. The side stones are round, brilliant cut diamonds, and those are bezel set along in like a taper along the band.
and the open basket on the side, I think, is important
Yes.
for
The
our.
top one has a little bit thicker, or top one, the focal stone has thicker prongs than we sometimes do to sort of mimic the bezel so it all kind of looks cohesive. But yes, this is our piece for today. If you love this and you want this, it's going to go live on our website at 5:00 p.m., melaniecasey.com. You're going to go to the top of our website for insiders on that tab, and then you're going to find the Tuesday morning meeting designs. You're going to click there and then you're going to enter our password, which I think probably has to be LOBSTER because that's really the only thing that we talked about in
Ooh.
depth today.
Yeah, we can't make it Jared.
No, we can't do that. And you just said it. We're not going to do that. No, I don't think, Cass, I don't think you should let Esme have Facebook. That's a good call. But she can come.
Oh yeah, God,
What
she
was I
should
saying?
have
Oh yeah,
it.
5:00 on the Tuesday morning meeting design. You're going to enter the password LOBSTER, and then that will get you
Lobster.
access to the
It should
piece.
be lobster with an AH because we're in Boston. Just kidding. No one can spell that. Don't do that.
LOBSTER. That would be
Continue.
confusing if you know, you know.
I hate.
Yes, it's going to be 50. Bazooka, Kayla says. 15% off for 24 hours only. I keep getting distracted. And I'm gonna pull my last winner. I already pulled you and I forgot to announce you. Helene M, it's you. I'm gonna send you $100 to Melanie Casey. What am I missing? Oh yeah. The piece goes up at 5:00. It's going to be with a watercolor image, but you can order this one in whatever metal color you want. We talked a lot about white gold and platinum today. You can choose any metal color for this piece. We'll make it for you on a pre-order basis, 15% off today only. Let's see what else. Bridal Week RSVPs go out in a couple weeks. If you're not on our email list, you are going to want to do that. What else,
And
Melanie?
next week we are designing for my stone that I got in Africa when I was a toddler, basically. Just kidding, in my 20s. And
Same thing.
one for me, one for you. And then after that, we might actually, I'll be done with my bracelet try on test for the length stuff. So we might be able to do bracelets in a couple weeks. Start
Yeah, I love
considering
that.
bracelets. Maybe, hopefully,
Okay.
possibly.
Maybe, possibly that will happen. Oh, Paige,
What
I
is
did
your
forget to tell you about
muscle
mussels. It's not a long story.
Oh.
My theory, though, is that everybody who likes mussels and oysters is lying. That's just the theory of it. So if you can fight me about it next week. I don't know. I just think they taste like snot on a cracker, and you just want the salt.
Wait, that
And
is
I'm
so
sorry.
absolutely funny. Okay.
Um,
You know what? I tried to like oysters for a short while there because I think I should be somebody that likes oysters because I love
Right.
seafood and I don't like them. I just
They're not
finally admitted it. You know what I do like is horseradish and Tabasco sauce.
Exactly. That's what
But I
people
don't
like when they
need
like them.
the oyster at all
The
because that's
snot.
just also a Bloody Mary. It's literally
Right.
also
Right.
just
And you
the
could add alcohol to
ingredients.
it.
Precisely. It's also how I make my cocktail sauce for cocktail shrimp. So like the
Yeah.
oysters, irrelevant. Anyway,
Irrelevant.
but mussels, I do
Debatable.
disagree. I actually love mussels because again, they're straight up a carrier for um, butter.
Okay. So this
I
is what
don't
we
like clams
decide.
as much as mussels. Do you
I like
know
clam
have
chowder.
you had the difference? The difference between mussels and clams though? Have you really like gone for that?
No.
Because clams are huge and they have the belly,
Right.
like, and it's like huge. So like you're like, chewing for a long time.
And they're
Mussels,
very chewy.
yeah, mussels are so much more like petite and easy to chew, and like the mouthful isn't so big. And like here and like, okay, maybe next time you come up, we
Okay.
go to the
But here's
place
what
that
I'm
literally
hearing
gets them
is
out
like,
of the beach and like serves them to you. And they're just a butter carrier, and they're actually delicious. They're
so
actually
your,
delicious.
but your argument is which one is easier to eat because you just want to get it over with.
No, because I don't like, it's the same reason I don't like a gristly meat. Like
Okay,
I'm
okay,
not gonna
okay.
sit there and chew. Like
Mhm.
once I've finished chewing, I need to be able to swallow and have a nice conversation.
Right, right. You
If
don't
I have
want to
to
chew it
chew
for 20
something like
minutes.
gum, I hate it and I will
Yes, that's
die.
not pleasant. Okay,
And I
so
think
what we
plants
need to
do that
just,
to you sometimes, you
yeah,
know?
what we've discovered is that a lot of seafood is just a vehicle for butter, which is fine.
That's it.
Um,
That's all.
but maybe next week,
That's
tell
it.
us other things, friends, that you think are just vehicles that you think people are lying about liking, because I'm still
Hey,
not convinced.
that's butter is the reason people eat corn as well. Tell me I'm
Oh,
wrong. Corn on
I
the
agree
cob,
with that. Yes,
butter
boring without butter. But that's life.
and salt.
Um,
Popcorn, butter, salt, favorite things.
it's true.
I just really like butter.
I love butter.
Do you know I'm making my own butter sometimes?
Get out of town
Swear to
with a
fucking God.
churn like the olden
Yeah.
days.
No, well, kind of. Like you whip it. You whip it past whipped cream, and then I freeze it in 2 tablespoons. I just realized it's been 2 tablespoons this whole time, but when I use it in recipes, I act like it's 1 tablespoon. I have been
Oops,
heavily overdosing my family with butter. I've
that's
only been doing
okay.
it for like 6 months.
There's worse
I
things.
just realized. Anyway, overly buttered. We call them butter pancakes in my house
Yeah.
with the actual buttercream that comes from the butter making and the butter. I don't know why separating those two ingredients, then joining them back together with flour is the most delicious thing you have ever had in your entire life. And I always add a little extra sugar and salt because like
Oh,
we are
I want
we
that.
like processed food. They get crispy because of the butter, and it's butter. But like I made it myself, so I'm like, it's good from a local farm. It's good for my family. It's
Yes.
still effing butter, but
No, it
trust
feels
me,
different
trust
though.
me.
Okay, I want to try that too.
I'll make the
Um,
pancakes.
oh yeah, make some
Make
cinnamon
the
sugar
pancakes.
butter. That's a really good idea.
Oh yeah,
Um,
That's the next. That's the next phase. You fold it in with all the different pasties. I got like somebody online was like, there's um special salt that's like tastes better in the butter than the. I'm like, and it honestly is my favorite thing in the entire world.
I really like your like
My
tendencies
journey.
to have like strange offshoots that I
Real,
never know you're
real
gonna
effing
do.
weird hobbies.
Pretty fun. I'm just picturing you
No,
with like a bonnet and a butter churn, and that's how I'm choosing to believe that you make your butter.
but I don't know
Jordan,
why.
I agree. Kerrygold is the best packaged
I
butter.
know I like Kerrygold. That's it. But yeah, I don't consider myself somebody able to cook at all. But I know how to make 3 or 4 things,
Yeah, that's all you need
maybe four
to
things at this point. The
impress.
butter is in there, so it's just an ingredient that I'm making. But
Yum.
it's so
So
good. But you know when you get the unsalted butter at the restaurant and then they put the chunky salt on top.
yes, I
So
love
when you
that.
like you want to like scoop it with a spoon, but that's inappropriate. I'm
Hmm.
making that at
Okay,
home. So
I'm trying it next time. We'll try that on the live. We'll put some spice drops on it. I don't know.
oh my God,
Um,
we'll just eat butter with a spoon and pretend that's reasonable.
I think that's a good idea.
Don't really do that, people. I'm not
When
here
my
for
mom
like
was 2,
life.
she climbed on the table and ate an entire stick of butter before her parents discovered her. So it's in my blood to eat a lot of butter.
It's in your blood. I think
Hmm.
that we should
Literally,
all do
it's
that.
stuck in my blood. Cholesterol.
Tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD.
No.
So you guys want to hear about my new hobby? I have no right to do this because I have no time for anything.
But the thing is, you kind of stick with yours better
I
than
do.
some
I
ADHDers.
do.
Like you're still doing
I do.
plants.
I'm still doing the plants. They've taken over my house. I make them the butter and then I make extra and I freeze it.
Yeah.
I got the garden in the backyard, which is just going okay. But I'm
But
still
still,
doing
come
it.
on. You
I
still
got an
could.
aquarium after our dog died because the kids picked the fish. They don't care. And I am still rocking that hobby like you cannot believe.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even, they're like, okay, mom,
See, you
okay
do have an inordinate amount of stick-to-itiveness for an ADHD
for the
person.
hobbies. That's true. I mean, this entire business
Yeah.
is my ADHD
Yes.
transformed.
Okay, Paige, Breckenridge has a butter bar and she's gonna be doing butter flights. And I want you to take photographs of that because I want to
Wait,
know.
and tell me your favorites so that I can add things to my butter.
Yeah.
You like
Fun.
fold it in. It's like clay, except for it's tasty.
Edible clay.
Oh, sea salt,
Perfect.
rosemary bread.
Yeah. Yum.
I'm bad at bread. I've been trying.
Oh, Castas. Okay, that was Esme doing it. It's delicious. I believe you, Esme. Tell her to bring some to Bridal Week. Okay, this has been great. This piece
Oh yeah, it's
to
new.
be
You did it.
named will go up in a few hours at 5 o'clock on melaniecasey.com. If you have any questions, shoot us a DM or an email. And thanks for being here with us.
See you next week for Africa Design Day for my Africa stone. Okay, bye.
We should play Toto. Bye.
Bye. Bye.